here we go. For the first time in a long time, there's about to be gas in this car. Let's hope for no leaks. Cross your fingers. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. In this video, it's just, it's chock full of issues, to be honest with you. There's one thing after the next, but you know what? It's one of those things where it's just part of the process. We're building cars. There's things you expect, things you don't expect, and so, yeah, let's just dive in, see what we got going on. No leaks whatsoever. That's fantastic. Yeah, let's move on. I would like to go ahead and gap our spark plugs. Get this out of here. Lay that right about there. Now we will pull these things out, and I was told to gap these plugs at 0.018. So we will go ahead and get these guys up out of here. And I have a gap tool that I got from STM, and I also have my little feeler gauges that will tell me the correct gap. All right, here we are with the final spark plug. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how we're doing this. Just thread the plug into this little spark plug gapper tool from STM. It'll thread all the way in there. And then you twist this little guy right here down onto the head. Don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not on this gauge. It's not gonna focus probably, but 0.018 is what size this gauge is right here. Very, very thin, but from what I understand, higher boost levels, you run the potential of blowing out the spark. And so this is to close that gap on the plug itself and be able to have all the boosties. Okie dokie, plugs are all in there and tightened down. A coil pack can go back on, and we will push this guy right on down on those plugs, and boom. I guess next up, I would like to go ahead and install that brake line that we had to replace. If you haven't seen the last video, I'll link that up top. You can check that out. But we had to replace this brake line here from the master cylinder to the ABS module. Hello.
Yes, sir. It's Desmond.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good.
All right. So I figured we jump on tonight just to get that loaded on. So you're on the wait all week. All right. Send me a request now, and then you just press accept.
And accept.
All right. Go ahead and connect all your cables to your vehicle.
Okay. Yep. It's good to go to turn on.
All right.
Let me get the key in there. Alrighty.
Is your cables connected? Because all this is still grayed out. You have the 1.3 cables, the black ones?
Yeah, they're black.
Yeah, those are pretty shitty.
Alrighty then.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, sometimes those don't work. I sometimes have customers I remote tune with. It'll be working. It was working perfectly fine, and all of a sudden, boom, just went out. Try this again.
Oh.
No. I was tuning for other tuners, and their cables was not working, and I was like, bro, I guarantee it's those 1.3s.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Now, it's like I said, it'd be one thing if it was the ECU flash part wasn't working. It don't matter. The 1.3, both cables are tied together, so you can't even separate them. Right.
All right. Well, thanks for the time. I will order the 2.0s, and we can just connect again.
All right, man. Sounds good, bro.
Appreciate it. Well, bull crap. So we have apparently some shitty cables. We have the 1.3s, and we need the 2.0. I ordered this cable a long time ago, so was probably just unaware at the time, but yeah, I guess we're ordering some 2.0 stuff, and we will have to upload this tune a different time. Next up, we're gonna go through and go under the car, and I'm gonna make sure everything is tightened on the car. Everything is to torque spec and all that. We'll do everything that we can while the car's up in the air. There are some pieces of the suspension that you have to wait until there's weight on the car to tighten, so we'll do everything we can now. I won't show you guys all that because it's just tightening bolts, but yeah, gonna go through, blue mark everything, and make sure everything is good. Just checking in. We have gone around under the car here with my little Sharpie and my painter's tape, and I've marked everything. The tape's kind of hanging down on what needs to be tightened when there's like weight on the car. So we got all that stuff marked now. There's 6 bolts per side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 up there. So yeah, got both sides marked, and yeah, just thought I'd check in. We're making tons of progress here. There's so many bolts under here. Like, you don't realize how many are under here, and then you realize that you touched every single one of them. And then you also realize you have to go through and make sure they're all tight. So, so yeah, we're just rolling around under the car, marking, tightening, marking, and tightening, and moving right along. We've got, I've got everything from like the front subframe back tight now, I believe. So now we can move on to the front there, and we can tighten all of that stuff. Ball joints, etc., etc. Where is that stupid extension? I just had it. Where? Got it. I have got to get another cart. This is ridiculous. Roll. Yep, there you go. Just keep breaking. Okay, hours of reviewing torque specs, crawling around under the car. Every bolt under this thing has been checked, torqued, and marked with my little paint pen. So I feel comfortable that we're good to go. Everything that I can see or ever could see has been checked with torque. So we will have to tighten, of course, those ones in the back and the 2 bolts in the front that has to have weight on the car and all that. But aside from that, golden. It is time. Basically, I may be jumping the gun a little bit today, but the seat has to go in. Whoops, I need to remove all the hardware. I was gonna order new seats for the car, but I was like, you know what? These are the OG seats I had in the car from a long time ago, so we had to stick with those. Boom. Holy crap, there's a seat in the car. Much like most of the tasks we've done recently, all these have just felt like such a long way away for such a long time that it's still kind of surreal to me that we're putting all this stuff back in. Okay, so in the meantime, the cable has showed up, the proper cable. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this thing in. I'm already in contact with Desmond. He's gonna give me a call in a second, and we can upload this here tune, hopefully. I'm gonna crawl into the old, ow, hit my elbow. Now I'm gonna crawl into the old cockpit, and we are in business. Feels a little bit wild sitting in this seat while we're in here, gotta say. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro? What's going on?
Not too much. Let's try this again, shall we?
Yeah.
Hopefully this goes a little smoother this time.
You got all the cables hooked up?
Yep, I got the little port plugged in, and I got the light on there now, and got the adapter in there as well. So.
It looks like it's reading. You sure you have a stock computer, bro?
Yeah, from what I'm looking at.
I'll go check that in your glove compartment. I've had this happen before. Don't lie to you, bro. I've had an Evo come through, and I'm trying to do the same exact thing. There's no response. Bro, something. And then I want to go dive into the glove compartment. I call him back. I'm like, bro, this is not a stock computer in here.
Well, let me.
You don't even have. Let me just check this out right here. Okay. You can't even connect to data log.
Huh.
So like I told you before, it's one thing if you can't flash, but if you can't even data log from the factory ECU, you might not have a stock computer in there. So pull that glove compartment down, or you probably already have it pulled out. Your car is in pieces.
Yes. Okay, so more computer issues. I don't know. It looks stock to me, but I'm gonna pop the ECU out and we'll see what's going on. I have no idea. It won't flash. It won't data log anything. So what does that mean?
Take all of the ECU flash, Evo scan, take everything completely off your computer, re-download everything all over again, and then let's try it again. I've had that happen before too. But it's just strange for both programs not to work.
Yeah, all right.
And it has to be something going on, some type of communication, because it's pretty cookie cutter. Like you press It's just you read, it press read. You write, it writes.
Okay, so we're going to remove all the programs. Ouch. I'm going to check for driver updates on my computer and see if those are needing to be updated, etc., etc. And then, yeah, we'll try this again. This is like he's saying, it's I'm no tuner by any means, and I don't know anything about it, but from looking at the programs and seeing others do it, it looks pretty straightforward. Like, it's not that complicated. And so while we're having these issues, I'm not 100% sure. There's some hiccups right now that aren't making a whole lot of sense.
Less than 5 volts will detect at the cable. What I want you to do is, do you have a charger?
Yeah.
It's not on the car now, is it?
No.
Put it on the car real quick. Let's test it out.
Okay.
It might increase the voltage for the overall car. I've had that happen before too. But yeah, that's probably what it is. That's probably also why your last cables also didn't want to work either.
Well, okay.
But yeah, it tells you right off rip, it's not operating at the right voltage.
I have my battery in my trunk. I don't know if that would have anything to do with it, but
But do you have a distribution block?
yeah.
You could try hooking up a jumper source to that, and let's see if that works.
If it ain't one thing, it's another. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I feel you. That's what it is on these project cars. You know,
It's what you got to expect, you know? It's all part of the fun. Yeah, I would have never thought to plug that up to the port there.
There you go.
Hey, look at that.
You know, I've seen it. I've seen it all.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. You're doing this all day, every day. I'm sure you've seen some crazy stuff.
But what you got to do with that is you need to
Get to 13.3.
Yeah, adjust the TPS volts so it can get to the right measurements.
Okay.
If you can, are you ready to fire it over?
Not right this second.
We're good with that.
All right, that works for me.
Okay. All right.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you. Talk to you tomorrow. Okay, so let me come over there to you guys. So I have to adjust the TPS, as you may have heard, and then I gotta add on that brake cable that well, not add on, I gotta put it on there, that we had the issue with the blockage. But after that, we should be good to go to start it, and I'm gonna do all that this evening, and then we're gonna call him back tomorrow afternoon, and we should be able to get the first start at that point. Yeah, stressful times. So yeah, not really sure what happened with the audio here, but we lost audio for the whole clip, but I'm just talking about how we got that brand new brake line from Finishing Lines, and I just thought it was super cool how he wrote that handwritten note kind of apologizing for all the hassle and all that stuff, even though it wasn't like all his fault. It was a manufacturing problem, just one of those things that pops up. I would also like to point out real quick and make note that this is no fault to Finishing Lines. I mean, this is just a manufacturing thing. Like, how could you know that that was 100% blocked off? Just one of those things, and it's part of working on cars, but we found it, we figured it out, and they were nothing but helpful in getting me a new line. So yeah, we'll move on. Okay, new line is installed. Let's give her a bleed. Oh yeah, this one had fluid coming through it almost immediately. Let's move to the back, see if we can get fluid coming out of that one, and then we'll go back through and we'll bleed them through the proper sequence. This one is giving me the same trouble as before. It doesn't feel like there's anything happening here. There's no air, not a bubble, not nothing. I've been at this for like 30 minutes or so, and there's not even like a hint of change. And so I don't want to jump straight to conclusions, but being as I now know that there can be a manufacturing defect and a blockage, it feels like the same kind of blockage. The unfortunate thing is this one is like the longest hose on the car, and it's the one that goes over the gas tank and all that stuff that we just done. I'm gonna contact Finishing Lines and let them know we're having the same problem again. And then once the new line comes, which I'm sure he'll send me one, once the new line comes, I'm gonna tape it together and I'll just pull it through the other side instead of having to drop the tank and all that stuff again. That is not a task that I wanna do right now. But good thing is this won't hinder us from starting the car. Clutches bled, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna leave it all attached for now. That way the fluid is where it is, it's staying put, and so we can start the car, all that stuff. This shouldn't hinder us, but that is an issue we're having right now, is another blockage, I think. Man, it's like things were going like super smooth and steady and all that stuff, and this like right here at the end, it's just issue. Oh yeah, clutch feels absolutely awesome, comes back super quick, love it. Let's see if it goes into gear. Oh yeah, first, second, Yeah, so the audio cut out one more time here. Like my microphone is just kind of locked up, but we're just putting in coolant. I I only ordered a gallon, and it very clearly says on STM's website you need 2. And so yeah, we're pouring it in there, and as I'm pouring it, it kind of becomes clearer and clearer that we're running out of coolant and it's not filling up into the funnel yet. And so I have to try to find some of this stuff locally, and hopefully we can do that. Right now it's super late at night, so yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. I don't know, I tried everything possible to get this video to have a first start in it. For the last like week and a half, I've just been overnighting things, 2-daying things, and it's just one issue after the other. And so yeah, I just don't want to wait any longer to put up a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and put up what I have here. And yeah, we're right there. In the next video we should certainly have a first start. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking around through all this stuff. I will see you guys in the next one. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you think, and yeah, bye.